How's it going, guys? I'm Danny, and I'm back again this week with fixing common mistakes that I see beginners make. Last week I covered lower body, this week I'm tackling the upper body. Throughout this video, I'm going to refer to a one-step drill. Now the one-step drill is really useful for practicing mechanics in slow motion and really feeling where any bad habits might be lurking. So to do the one-step drill, start with the feet together and the weight over the toes and the disc in front of the chest with the hand on the outside. Then I extend the disc backwards as I'm reaching my foot forward, and then I bring the disc to my chest in slow motion and practice transferring the weight and throwing the disc forward. Some people throw with a one-step drill, which can be useful, but I wouldn't really recommend it for more than 50 or 60% power because it can develop some bad habits past that. So moving on to fixing mistakes. First thing I'm going to talk about is reach back timing. Correct timing for the reach back is timing it so that the peak of the reach back hits when the front foot hits the ground. This is one of those things that doesn't sound like it'll make that big of a difference, but what it does is it stretches the body out like a rubber band and lets it just naturally compress back together, and it makes everything a lot more smooth and a lot more controllable. Reaching back early can cause people to turn their feet backwards, and it can also cause them to lean backwards. I saw a lot of people doing this. They would lean backwards and sort of crouch down and then come up into the shot. Now this feels powerful because we're pushing with our legs, but it really doesn't add anything to the throw because the momentum's going upward. So if you notice yourself doing this, focus on keeping your spine straight and leaning forward slightly. Don't lean side to side. And during the reach back, rotate the shoulders rather than leaning backwards. This keeps the spine straight and means everything else can power the throw more efficiently. So next is reach back placement. A correct reach back is reached away from the body, and it sets up the disc to be pulled straight to the chest and move straight onto the release. Now notice I said straight there twice. It's important to put the disc in the right spot, because if the disc is put over to the left or grabbed with the left hand and pulled even farther, that means that in order for the disc to get to the release, it has to travel in a curved line around the body. This is referred to as rounding. Now moving on to the pull. A straight pull comes from a reach back to the middle of the chest with the hand on the outside, and it collapses this arm here and then extends out towards the release. Everything here is in a straight line. Now it's important to bring the disc to the chest with the hand on the outside because this creates what Heavy Disc calls the power pocket in his heavy bottle video. I like to think of a whip cracking or a towel snapping. Right at the end before it snaps, it sort of curls up and makes a little pocket here. And that's what we're doing with our arm. And then as it snaps forward, we're popping the disc out forward. But it's really important to pull the disc in and get it really close to the chest and really give it a potential to unfold and throw far. So a common mistake that I see with people's pull is not only do they curve their reach back, but they turn their shoulders too much, and this either tucks the disc in their armpit or brings it way out in front of them on this big curved path. Now this doesn't engage the elbow at all. It doesn't give the disc any leverage, any power going forward. So it's important to pull the disc in, and rather than using the shoulders to throw, using the tricep and the trap to really accelerate the disc forward. It's not a powerful motion, it's a fast motion. So the muscles that move the shoulder are very strong, but the shoulders aren't long enough and they're not nimble enough to really do anything for throwing a disc. Think of all the things that we do with our hands and our arms that would be terrible if we tried them with the shoulders. So shoulders aren't good for disc golf. Focus on using the tricep and the trap and the arm to throw the disc. Some pros use an advanced technique where they compress their shoulders right before they pull, and this gives them a little spring into the shot. But I consider this a technique that should be reserved for the pro or the upper amateur level only, as trying to incorporate this before the mechanics are smooth and the timing is correct can introduce a whole slew of bad habits, so I recommend avoiding it. Shoulders suck, use the arm. The shoulders still turn with the throw. It's important to keep them moving with the throw, but they don't lead the throw. Next is release. Now I see a lot of pros use a power grip, and this is so that they can hold onto the disc for as long as possible while their arm extends for maximum leverage out of the elbow. I hear a lot of people complaining about grip lock, and grip lock isn't exactly the right word because it's not caused by the grip, it's actually caused by rounding. If I'm pulling on a curved line and my release point is always the same spot, I have no problems. But if I grab the disc a little tighter, that means I'm going to hold on to it a millisecond longer, and my release point will be that much further down the curve, and that's going to alter the trajectory. If I'm pulling straight, my fingers aren't strong enough to hold onto the disc hard enough to alter its trajectory. So that's all I've got for this week. Thanks for watching. I had a quick tips video released a couple days ago. It's about forehand. It's everything I know. It's not everything you need to know, and it's not perfect, but it's just everything I know about forehand, so go check that out. Make sure you subscribe because you never know when those quick tips videos are going to come out, and stay tuned for next week. And until then, remember, slow is smooth and smooth is far.